Hey there. Want to hear another ghost story? So about a month ago, I saw a TikTok about the Hotel Galveston on Galveston Island, and I've tagged that creator below. This reminded me of my stay at the Tremont Hotel on the Strand in Galveston Island. So I wanted to kind of give you a little back history of this place, and which is behind me, and to let you know what I had experienced. The Tremont Hotel was built in 1839, and according to the Rosenberg Library Museum, it was the finest hotel in the Republic of Texas. Now, if you have not had Texas history, you may not realize that between 1836 and 1845, Texas was its own country. Yes, our state was a country for that short time. And in fact, to this day, if you go to certain cemeteries, if there is an older grave, you might see it's about this big, a copper, it's a bronze medallion that kind of marks that these graves are from the Republic of Texas, that this person was alive at that time. So it's kind of interesting. Anyway, the Tremont stood as a jewel, it was, until it was destroyed by fire in 1865 on June 21st. Now, apparently it was occupied by Confederate soldiers at this time. So, but that's according to Galveston.com. The second Tremont was rebuilt and reopened in February of 1872. Now, in 1880, Ulysses S. Grant stayed there at the hotel, and at a dinner banquet one night, he said if he owned Texas and if he owned hell, he'd rent out Texas and he'd live in hell. Well, Mr. Grant, Texas isn't for everyone, and apparently only the weak can complain about it. The strong survive. Anyway, back to our story. So then, the hotel's going on. It's flourishing, and during the 1900, the Great Storm, in September 8th, 1900, where we know many people lost their lives, many took refuge at the Tremont Hotel because it was more inland on the island. And it lasted finally until November 1st, 1928, when the Tremont Hotel was closed and then demolished. Finally, the Tremont was rebuilt and reopened by this lovely couple who I cannot think of their names. Is it on there? Cynthia and George Mitchell, in 1985. I know that picture looks much older, doesn't it? But anyway, it's 1985 when it was reopened. The hotel continued to be a quiet and beautiful. Which brings me to my visit. About 2006, 2007, a friend, Katie, and I stayed at this hotel in a room quite like the one behind me. 9-foot windows. Oh my gosh, the place is gorgeous. Or are they 18 feet? I don't know. They're tall windows. They're floor to ceiling. Anyway, we had been out to dinner and had a few drinks and walked home back to the hotel. Not home, but to the hotel. And we go to bed. We're going to leave the next morning. We're exhausted. We've had a full, fun couple of days there at the hotel and on the island. And we got home rather late. Like I said, about 1 a.m. We go to bed. All is no big deal. We're exhausted. Go to sleep right away. And suddenly, I start waking up and I think, oh my gosh, somebody has their TV on so loud I can hear it. And then as I wake up, because it takes the time, I'm exhausted, I hear what sounds like Ring Around the Rosies at the foot of my bed. And I'm going to tell you, this probably scared me more than a lot of things ever did. I hope to never, I didn't even look. I can't even say I saw this because I refused to look. I was so scared. But I am laying there, I'm facing the wall, thankfully, and I hear Ring Around the Rosie just going on and on at the bottom of my bed. And I immediately start to pray, and I say, you are not wanted here, you need to leave. Because to me, one, if it's really a ghost child, which it sounded like a little girl, she it's really sad, or it's a demon wanting to eat my soul. And so get it with empathy. Anyway, so I decide to not look. I just pray and say, you need to leave. You're not needed here. You're not wanted here. Leave, leave, leave. And I'm going to tell you, finally, it stopped. Did I ever look? No, I did not. Not until the light shone through the windows. I wasn't looking. I stayed looking at that wall until I fell asleep. And when I woke up during the daytime, I was like, okay, whew. And I quickly told my friend about it. So anyway, until next time, I hope you enjoyed our ghost story and a little history lesson on the Tremont Hotel. And I'll see you around. Thanks. Bye.